This is Sunday, February 5th. I just wanted to show you that yesterday I got my seed starting shelf built. So happy about that. And I was able to do a couple of things that bought me a few inches here and there, so that worked out good. For the shelves, what I did was, I had these 2-foot shelves already cut and sanded when I was going to build my upright seed rack, but then I didn't build it. But to use them anyway, what I did was I put a little extender in the middle of them. Since they were already cut in two, I just extended it with a 1x2, so that gave me 1.5 inches, little extra middle part. And then at the ends of the shelf, instead of bringing it all the way out to the edge of the 2x4s, I just brought it halfway to the end of the board that's cleating it under it. Now, you may not want to always do that on a piece of furniture, but this is a seed starting shelf. And so that bought me a little extra room at the ends of my shelf to be able to have my tray come out a little farther if I need it to. So this board is 2 foot, that board is 2 foot, same at the bottom. I did the same exact thing at the bottom, but I bought myself an extra 4.5 inches by having 1.5 inches extension in the middle, 1.5 inches at that end, and 1.5 inches at that end. So instead of a 48-inch wide shelf, I have a 52.5-inch wide shelf. And then at the top, I extended the top 2 inches over on each side, and I extended it 2 inches out in the front and 1 inch out in the back. So I ended up with a shelf that's actually at the bottom 14.5 inches wide, but my top part where I can set food if I need to, or just anything, decorate it, whatever I need to do, it's 17 inches wide. And the actual shelf space right here on each of these, the shelf height, I should say, is 17.25 inches. It's 17.25 inches. On the top shelf up there, my lights will kind of be hidden behind that little skirting that goes around the edge, that little skirting. It's only 1.5 inches deep, but it'll pretty much hide the light that's under there. The bottom light will kind of be hidden because it's lower. So when you're standing up, you won't really notice it much anyway. So that gives me 17.25 and 17.25. I think that'll be okay. No, you can't grow a gigantic tray of plants under there, not gigantic, but that's okay. This year I'm cutting back anyway, because last year I think I started a little too early and my plants needed to be up potted, sometimes once or twice on some of them. I don't want to do that this year. I want to go straight from the seed tray into the ground. So that's my goal this year. I need to stain it. I need to paint it and distress it to get it the way it needs to look to be in my house permanently. But what I'm going to do this morning is go ahead and take my time and build the shelf for my photo albums, because when I get the stain out, when I get the brushes out, when I get the area set up to where I can stain my seed starting shelf, I just want to do both of them. I don't want to be out here on 2 different days trying to stain. This is Sunday. We are supposed to have rain coming Tuesday. If I can have my wish, I'll get this photo album shelf built today and be ready to just stain both of them late this evening. Even if I'm staining late this evening, they'll probably by, at least by lunch tomorrow be dry. Then I can brush paint the white paint on them. That really only has to dry about an hour or so. And then I can run the sander over them to distress them. It makes them look like old wood. It makes it look that chippy cottage look, and that'll go good in my den alongside my other things. So that's the goal. Got to be pretty. Can't everything just be utilitarian. You got to make it pretty too, because you've put all this time into it. You might as well enjoy it, have it look good. So that's my goal today. I'm gonna get going. All right, I just want to share with you that I did get my second console built. I'm calling them console tables. I don't know why. Console shelves. Anyway, I've got my 6 openings there in the front, which is where I'm going to put those 6 gray woven basket things that I bought to put my photo albums in. And I'm putting them on these shelves. And that's what the whole purpose of the shelf is for. But of course, at the top, I'll probably have a lamp and some other things that are decorative. The shelf on the top is 71 inches long. The base is 68 inches long, so it's pretty big, it's pretty long. It is gonna be prominent in my den. I think what I'm gonna do is on this shelf and on my seed starting shelf, I'm gonna go ahead and put those little black coaster wheels on the bottom, because for both of them, I wanna be able to move them. For the seed starting shelf, I just know that you're gonna end up with some type of spillage, just somewhere. You're dealing with plants and you're having to pull them out and water them all the time, and you're just gonna end up with some messes. So I wanna be able to just roll this shelf out of the way. And also the plug for all my grow lights, or any kind of a lamp I may put at the top or whatever, the plug is right behind the shelf. So I don't wanna be picking up on this shelf every time I need to move it to plug or unplug anything. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put the rolling wheels on here. I'm also gonna put them on this one. I'm hoping it'll work out. I hope the little wheels I bought can take the weight. I feel like they can. It's not that I'm gonna be moving it around all the time. It's just that I kind of want some mobility, because, you know, when you have things like this in your house, guess what? Dust bunnies love to go up under them. To move something like this, just to dust mop or mop under it, is aggravating. But isn't it great if you can just roll something out of the way, dust mop under it, mop, whatever, and roll it right back? So that's my plan. That's what I'm gonna do. And I tell you what, I went inside a while ago to take a little break and eat me a little lunch, because I was starving. It was like 2 o'clock and I hadn't eaten. I was starving. And I always feel like I have these bricks on my back. Oh, this hadn't been done, that hadn't been done. I kind of, that's how I motivate myself in one way, but also how I just make myself tired in another way. And I was sitting there thinking, Lainey, come on. You just got a whole shelf built for your seed starting, and you're gonna go out there in a little bit and finish up a whole another piece of furniture for your den. You doing good. I have to tell myself that, and I want you to tell yourself that too if you can. Don't forget to tell yourself that you're doing good, that you are getting things done. You are getting things done. I am getting things done. I have to stop and think. I haven't even lived here 6 weeks yet. I think I'm on my 5th week. And I've already done things in my yard. I've done things I haven't even shown y'all. I brought in a whole bunch of wood chips the other day and put in strategic places near this ramp and all, to make it a more finished look, so that when we're getting out of our car and we're walking up, we're not looking at mud. And it's just made me feel better. It's made me feel better every time I get in and out of my car. But I can't dwell too long on my accomplishments, because I need to get this finished. My goal today, and this is why I was kind of getting mad at myself, my goal today was to build these two and to get them stained. Let them dry overnight, tomorrow get them painted, and then let the rain come Tuesday, I'd be done. But I forgot all about wood putty in the holes. I forgot about, I'm not using a Kreg instrument or anything to make hidden screw holes. My pieces have visible screw holes in them, so I have to wood putty those, and I have to let that dry overnight. So I guess my goal is going to switch. I'm going to pivot. My goal tomorrow will be to get these things stained. Well, I'll have to sand them to get the wood putty holes kind of sanded down, and then I'll have to sweep them off, dust them real good, and then stain them. And you know what? If they don't get painted and completed and finished and back in my house by Tuesday, it's all right. It's all right. I've got to let myself have a little grace. I've got to realize this is a pretty big mountain here. I've got to realize that I haven't really been here that long, but I've gotten a lot done. And that's okay. I'm going to give myself some, what was that in the movie, Legally Blonde? You give yourself some clicks. I'm going to give myself some clicks today, because it's a beautiful day. I didn't waste it. I didn't have somebody like Mary Pat around here holding me back and keeping me down. I got some work done. I hope y'all enjoyed Mary Pat. I had a good time doing her. And hey, you never know who's going to pop up in one of my videos. Just keep an eye out. Thank y'all so much. This is Lainey at Hilltop Home Place. You have a great day. Bye-bye.